Let me ask you something honestly. If you're just starting 3D right now, are you already too late? Because AI can now generate models, create textures, even animate. So the real question is AI quietly killing entry-level 3D jobs? The answer is yes, but also no, and that's exactly what we need to unpack. By the end of this video, you'll understand what AI is actually replacing right now, which 3D jobs are at risk, and how to position yourself so you're not one of them. Because there's one shift happening in the industry that most beginners don't see yet, and ignoring it could cost you years. Before we talk about AI tools or jobs, we need to talk about what entry-level 3D jobs actually are, because that's where the real impact is happening. Let's slow this down for a second, because when people hear entry-level 3D job, they imagine something exciting, like designing characters, creating cinematic scenes, working on big creative shots. But that's not what entry-level work usually looks like. Entry-level 3D work is often repetitive, structured, and very specific. You're not hired to be creative yet. You're hired to be reliable. In many studios, entry-level artists handle things like cleaning up messy models, fixing topology, creating simple variations of assets, adjusting materials, placing objects in scenes, following very strict guidelines. It's not glamorous, but it's important, because these tasks keep the entire pipeline moving. Why this type of work exists? Studios break projects into smaller pieces. Instead of one person doing everything, they divide work so it's faster, more predictable, easier to manage. So entry-level roles become, do this one task very well many times. Here's the important part. These tasks follow patterns. Once you learn the process, you repeat it again and again and again. And that's exactly why AI is starting to step in. What used to be manual, time-consuming, human-driven is now becoming automated, faster, tool-assisted. So the question isn't, are these jobs important? They are. The real question is, who does them better and faster, you or the tool? This doesn't mean entry-level is dead. It means the definition of entry-level is changing. Instead of just doing tasks, you'll need to understand the task, check the output, improve the result. That's a higher level of thinking. And once you understand this, you start to see why AI isn't just replacing jobs. It's reshaping what beginner-level work looks like. Let's be honest for a second. AI isn't just coming. It's already here, and it's already changing how some 3D work gets done. What exactly is being replaced? Not full jobs, but specific, repeatable tasks. Things like creating simple background props, generating base meshes, auto-texturing objects, cleaning up geometry, basic environment fills. These are tasks that follow patterns, don't require deep, creative decisions, can be described in a prompt. And that's exactly what AI is good at. Why this matters? Before AI, a junior artist might spend 2 to 3 hours modeling simple assets, another hour texturing, more time tweaking small details. AI can generate a usable starting point in minutes. Not perfect, but good enough for early stages. So companies are starting to ask, why pay someone to build this from scratch when AI can generate a base and one skilled artist can refine it? That changes the role. Instead of create everything manually, it becomes fix, improve, and direct what AI gives you. This hits beginners the hardest, because entry-level roles used to be do the simple stuff, learn on the job, slowly grow into bigger tasks. But now, some of that simple stuff is being automated, which means fewer opportunities to learn through repetition in a studio. But here's the important nuance. AI doesn't eliminate the need for artists. It just raises the expectation. Before, you could get hired for basic execution. Now, you need to bring judgment. And this is where most people misunderstand what's happening. Because even though AI is replacing some tasks, it's not replacing the part that actually makes you valuable. Here's where things get interesting, because even though AI is getting better fast, there are still things it consistently struggles with. And these are the exact areas where your value comes from. 1. Decision-making. AI can generate 10 options in seconds, but it can't tell you which one is right for this specific project. It doesn't understand the client's goal, the audience, the context, so someone still has to decide. This works, this doesn't. That someone is you. Number 2, taste. In other words, what actually looks good. Now, this is subtle, but powerful. AI can create something that looks okay, but not something that feels intentional. Taste is knowing when something is too much, knowing when to simplify, knowing what to remove, not just add. And that comes from experience, not prompts. Number 3, problem solving in real situations. Real projects are messy. Clients change their minds. Files break. Deadlines shift. AI doesn't handle that well. It doesn't ask, what's the fastest way to fix this? It just generates outputs. But professionals solve problems under pressure. Number 4, communication. This is underrated. A big part of 3D work is understanding feedback, explaining your decisions, adjusting based on unclear instructions. AI doesn't sit in meetings. It doesn't interpret vague feedback like, make it feel more premium. That's human work. Number 5, storytelling and intent. AI can generate visuals, but it doesn't understand why the shot exists. It doesn't know what emotion should be felt, what the viewer should focus on, what the scene is trying to say. That's direction. That's storytelling. And that's where real artists stand out. The truth most people miss. AI is powerful, but it's reactive, not intentional. It responds to input. It doesn't create meaning. AI can generate images, but it can't take responsibility for decisions. And that's what people get paid for. So instead of asking, what can AI do? Start asking, what can only I do? Because that's where your future is. Here's what's really happening right now. And this is where most people misunderstand AI. It's not removing jobs. It's changing what entry-level means. Before, being entry-level meant doing repetitive tasks, following instructions, building simple assets, assisting senior artists. Basically, you were paid to execute. But now, AI can execute faster, cheaper, at scale. So the value of just doing tasks is dropping. That doesn't mean there are no jobs. It means the definition of a job has changed. Now, even at a beginner level, you're expected to make decisions, fix problems, understand the goal, refine outputs. You're not just a doer anymore. You're a thinker from day one. Before, a studio might say, model 50 simple props. Now, it's more like, use tools, including AI, to generate options, then choose the best, refine it, and make it production ready. See the difference? The job didn't disappear. It evolved upward. Why this feels harder for beginners? Because older paths were easier to follow. You could start small, do simple tasks, slowly grow. Now, the entry point feels higher because you're expected to think earlier. If you learn to think this way early, you can skip years of slow progress. While others are stuck, waiting for simple jobs, competing with AI, you're directing work, making decisions, becoming valuable faster. Stop asking, what tasks can I do? Start asking, what problems can I solve? Because in the AI era, that's what people actually get paid for. And once you understand that shift, you stop seeing AI as competition and start seeing it as leverage. So how do you actually stay relevant? When AI is getting better every day, it comes down to one shift. Stop trying to compete with AI at speed and start building what AI depends on. 1. Become the decision maker. AI can generate options, but it doesn't know which one is right, which one fits the story, which one solves the problem. That's your job. So instead of asking, how do I make this model? Start asking, what should this look like and why? That's where your value comes from. Number 2, train your eye, not just your hands. Most beginners focus on tools, but professionals focus on composition, lighting, proportion, visual clarity. because tools can be automated, but taste cannot. If your eye is strong, you can spot what's wrong instantly, even in AI-generated work. 3. Learn to fix, not just create. This is huge. In the real world, things are rarely perfect. Clients don't say, make something from scratch. They say, fix this, improve this, make this work. AI often creates messy topology, weird proportions, inconsistent details. If you can clean, refine, and improve, you become essential. Number 4, think in workflows, not tools. AI tools will keep changing. New ones will come out every year. If your skill is tied to one tool, you'll always feel behind. But if you understand how projects are structured, how assets move through a pipeline, how to go from idea, final result, then you can use any tool, including AI. Number 5, use AI, don't avoid it. This is where most people go wrong. They either fear AI or try to ignore it. Both are mistakes. Instead, use AI to speed up the boring parts. Focus your energy on decisions and quality. That's how you stay ahead. The goal is no longer be the fastest artist. The new goal is be the one who knows what should be made. If you become the thinker, the decision maker, the problem solver, AI doesn't replace you, it multiplies you. If you want to stay ahead in 3D, not scared of trends, but prepared for them, subscribe. This channel is about what actually matters in the 3D industry, not hype, fear, or shortcuts. And in the next video, I'll show you the exact 3D skills that will still pay in the AI era. You don't want to miss that.